Hey all, this lesson is on fixing shadows. It's actually a very easy, very simple lesson, and I'm going to show it to you in both Photoshop Elements and Photoshop because it is different in each of those programs. Shadows happen a lot in my photos. Whenever I get shadows casting on someone's face, and I don't meter it off of the person. I don't meter the photo off of the person, and it's metered off of maybe the sun in the landscape in the background, or the sun is just not right in the sky. The sun is maybe behind them, or they're under a tree, or just any number of things, and they're in the shadows. And so here is my Abby Ray. Abby Ray, love her to death, but she's been gone now a couple years. And I have just been using this photo to teach this lesson for all that time. And she used to frolic in the yard and just roll around in happiness. And I just love the photo. But she's in the shadows of the tree. And so we are in Photoshop Elements 11 right now, but this is the same in every version. And you simply go to the Enhance drop-down menu, and then go to, where is it? Adjust lighting. I had to think there. And then shadows and highlights. And it brings this pop-up box. And you noticed when the pop-up box came, the photo changed. Let me tell you that 99% of the time, what they detect and auto-fix is perfect. And all I do is open up this and click OK. Now you can play with the sliders if you want. If I don't want it to fix the shadows as much, I can bring this slider, the lighten shadows, to the left. If I want to fix them more, I can bring them to the right. But you want to see some of the shadows, otherwise it takes away the natural look of the photo. Highlights, you can darken the highlights. The highlights here are where the sun is shining on the grass, and if I want to darken that, I can. And I don't have too many highlights. You see it's also darkening some of the white in her fur, especially here in the legs. So the highlights are any areas where it's really white. And if you want to move the mid-tone contrast one way or the other, you can also do that. I'm going to click Cancel, Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Fix Shadows, click OK. I'm telling you, that's what I do all the time. And here is the before, and here is the after. And that photo is fixed. Now you're going to notice in here we had lighten shadows, darken highlights, and then mid-tone contrast. This, if you refer back to your curves lesson, is the same thing as curves. Lighten shadows, you'll remember the shadows are on the left of the graph. Highlights were on the right of the graph, and midtones were in the middle of the graph. And so we're going to go into the full version of Photoshop, and here's the same photo. And to fix it in the full version of Photoshop, you just need to use those curves. So I'm going to get a new adjustment layer for curves, and you see this is a very shadowed photo. Look at the graph, you can see all of this over here. It's very shadowed. So in Photoshop Elements, where it says Lighten Shadows, you're going to be working on this side of the graph. Darken Highlights, you're going to be working on this side of the graph and pulling down to darken. And the mid-tone is this center line. So you would be moving it up or down on the center line. So it's either taking from this line, or this line in Photoshop Elements. So to fix this in Photoshop, which is what we're in now, we're going to simply take it where it's high at the peak here and drag it up a little bit. And we can, this is the same as moving that slider over in the other program. And, we're going to bring it to wherever it looks good, about right there. And then we have our before and our after. And just like that, we have fixed the shadows in our photo. Told you this is a very easy lesson, so your lesson is to go out and find a photo of people or pets or whatever in the shadows and give me a before and an after photo so that we can all see the difference in how you fixed it. That's it. See you around.